Emerging from the dank, dark, and creepy cave, Bugs finds himself in a forest. But he will find no solace and no peace here, for it is a freaky forest. Hey guys, Brysolf, and welcome back to another episode of Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. Today we are indeed trapezing, is that the word I want to use? Trapezing, trapezoiding, triangulating. We're going through a forest. And it's going to be full of stuff that's annoying, including the return of my least favorite enemies, those god-forsaken red frogs. Or toads. I'll go with frogs. They look to be smooth-skinned. They don't seem to be all bumpity-bumped, and they don't look like they'll pee in your hand if you grab a hold of one. And here is one of the more frustrating things in this area. These frigging ropes are a pain to use, because they move in very irregular fashion. Let's call it that to be polite to them. Irregular fashion, and they can really set you up. Now here's an enemy I always found amusing. He just opens up and pops out alarm clocks periodically. Typically won't do it when you're standing on top. He will do it, but it typically won't. And just keep dropping exploding alarm clocks like it's some kind of gag gift. And I guess technically, if in the world of Looney Tunes, an exploding alarm clock might be seen as a gag gift or as a weapon of mass destruction. I'm not really sure. It depends on the episode you're watching, I think. But anyway, every single time I reach one of these, I always shudder, because there's one that has 3 or 4 vines for you to have to get across with, and it's a pain. Now, these frogs you can manipulate if you do it correctly. You can get them to go jumping to their... There you go. Get them to jump out of your way. Let's get some sweet, sweet jumping power. Go! Oh, really? I couldn't jump to that branch? That seems like just me being silly more than not being able to do it. Just me not deciding to really push forward. And every single branch, I believe, is going to break off after you get it one more away from the limb. Anytime you step on the green stuff, basically, is when it starts to break. You get one block amnesty, and then the rest, it's just going to explode all over the place. Something wild pants. And you don't want to be getting hit with something wild pants, guys. You know what I mean? Do you ever think to yourself, I don't want to get something wild pants, and I gotta go down this stump that totally looks like it's a background piece and not a foreground piece. And yeah, thanks to my jumping ability I could get to that. That is awesome! Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves up to 99 before we even get to Willy the Weasel. That'd be nice. Well, that's one step closer. Not just the name of a Linkin Park song anymore. Well, no, it is actually a Linkin Park song name, regardless of how much I co-opt it. So it is what it is. In the meantime, while I'm talking about Linkin Park, my luck has gotten bad. Go figure. You mentioned hacks like that, and then everything goes to poop. Man, oh man, there's 2 more. There's 2 more. Now, the game does max you at 99, so if I do get to 99, I'd be interested for somebody to actually count how many I get past 99. I would be interested for someone to actually do that in the comments and go, okay, you got this many and you lost a couple lives. Because if you die a couple times and then you don't get them back, well then technically you're not finishing with 99. But I mean, you've far surpassed it, really. The game's being a little cheeseball for the whole maxing out the lives thing. I just have good faith in myself to die a few more times in this game yet. Oh my, little wraparound jump, yeah. I still don't get where people make the comment that Bugs has loose play control in this game. He controls very well. He actually is moving fairly well and doing some good times. Having some good times. Having a very good time. Alright. Green snaky poos. I don't think I can make the jump up there, so I kind of got to use the mallet man to get up here. But there's like safety below, I believe, too. I think I'm just being a goof nutter here by doing it this way. But you know, you want to go along the top and get all the carrots you can. Hey, a power mallet. That'll come in handy for maybe 1 or 2 frogs before they hit you. The problem is, whoa, wow, you don't actually land on top of the tree. I thought the tree was solid. It's kind of fell right down the pipe there. That was very careless of me to fall like that. I still have my mallet somehow miraculously. Didn't lose it to that mallet. Mallet on mallet violence. This really was not a good decision. Just looking in hindsight, that probably wasn't a good decision going for that particular one. And killing the same mallet, because he probably deserves it for existing. It's what they do. They're all like, oh, I'm a mallet and I'm existing. Please destroy my face. I don't know why they'd ever say that, but they do. Oh god, I wasn't even paying attention there. That just watching it now, I'm reminded of the pure abject terror I had when I realized, that thing's breaking away, stupid! Oh, that frog's gonna love life here. What am I doing? This is a pretty simple pattern. And now I'm going to go back and bother him. I'm really doing silly things. There you go. I'm not sure how that hit the frog, to be truthful. Like I said, you get some pretty generous hit detection with that mallet. But by the same token, the enemies get some pretty generous hit detection with you. So it evens out in the end. I'm okay with hit detection being a little wonked, assuming it's fair wonked hit detection. As you can see, this place is a real dog's breakfast of design, and you really don't know where you can drop to and where you can't. And then this is where I understand some people's complaints about the game not giving you perfect clues. This is one area where it's a little loose. I mean, you assume you could fall down and be fine falling down these platforms, and there's carrots there. But look, if you try to go to the bottom of that, dead. If you're smart and move carefully and look for carrots, you will find what you need. And this is a weird transition screen that's in here. Like, that's the only time you see this spider, as far as I'm aware. It's almost like they designed it, couldn't think of a good way to use it in any other part of the level, so like, well, we'll just make this little transfer screen. And oh, that's tricky. They set Elmer up to fire off a net right at your level when you enter. That's pretty smart. That is a little devious by the game designer. I see what you guys are up to. I get it. I get it. Real get it. Get it. Good one, guys. Jerks. But that's okay. The game needs a little bit of jerkitude, you know what I mean? And that and a nickel will get me a cup of jack squat. Come on now, brah, you gotta get that one up. Gotta get that one up. You can do it. You can do it. Put your butt into it. No, that's not putting your butt into it. You gotta put your butt into it. There you go. That's more putting your butt into it. Gotta make sure. Come on, we can do it. We can get a 5 right here. Well, we can get a 1. We're close. We're close, guys. We're gonna do it. I have faith. I have faith it can happen. Have faith in the Jesus, and he will reward you with 1-ups for eternity. Actually, that kind of is true in the whole teachings of Christianity. Isn't that interesting? That basically Jesus is a 1-up dealing, well, drug dealer, essentially, if he's dealing actual mushrooms. I know he's not actually a drug dealer or dealing 1-up mushrooms, but in the context of what I said, it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. That's a little weird. Anyway, sidebar completely and utterly over with. Another mallet. We haven't seen the mallets for a while. Suddenly there's 2 of them in the same stage. I trapped that alarm clock. He's stuck. He's a bum. Boom! Red Frog O'Doom. I believe this is the set here. This set is the one. Just the pure idea that you have to wait and a couple rounds to go. Ultimately, that right there, for whatever reason, is why I ultimately gave up on doing a speedrun of this game for submission. That's the one. I don't know why, but it frustrated me to have to wait. There was no way to rush through it. I worked at it, tried a whole bunch of different jumping patterns and everything. No, it was just never meant to be. And I also really like the design of the falling rocks here. Pretty cool design, not gonna lie. Alright, you die to my powerful mallet. And you go die. And you can live. And wow, I thought Bugs was just going to cannonball right into that guy and transport me up a wayward platform. Yeah, a little weird, but it'll do. It'll do. And here's just a good style of them really going out of their way to try to make some design to screw with you. Because getting those carrots, not the easiest thing, it's not the hardest thing, but they're designed in a way to get the careless people by murdering their family. Speaking of stuff that's designed to murder your family and the greedy, this area here is totally designed for it, because I think all these crumble pretty much. And I'm fine, and then I foolishly don't go far enough onto the crumbly, and I die. Smart. And I got back here, I'm like, you know what? I got so many lives, and I've got everything else I really need in life. So I'm not going on the bottom route again. This time I just go top route. It's like, yeah, I've got 6 shots to get 2 1-ups to get me back to 99. Plus Willy the Weasel's coming still, and that's guaranteed 1-ups unless you completely go and mess the bed. And that's not something I do most of the time. And I landed right on that boulder in mid-jump. That, perhaps, is my favorite moment right there of the video. Just kind of, no, I'm cool. Now here's a really empty space. You're like, yeah, I can just get the carrot. However, if you go over here and jump Daffy, you get rewarded with a slew of carrots. And by a slew, I mean 9. So basically one more entire try, almost an entire try, at getting more lives. So I didn't need to do it for this playthrough, but it's a good thing to have there if you're suffering a little. And there's 98 again. Come on, we can get to 99. I won't even celebrate with Techno, I promise. Thank the God that I didn't get it. Thank the God. There we go. There's the 99. No Techno to be celebrated anywhere. Fantastico. And once again, we get another one. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, and another one because now that the game knows I have enough, it's like, all right, well, I'll just start throwing you one-ups. 5-ups will probably follow momentarily, in all honesty, because that's the way this game likes to work. No, just another single, whatever. There's an arrow pointing that way. Interesting. It's like, hey, check it out. I'm an arrow. I'm not sure why it would talk because it's an arrow. Arrows don't talk, but whatever. Wow, this is a pleasant start. Look at all these freakity frogs in the freakity forest. And it's like, screw it, I'll just take a hit. That's the same one that already fell down there. That's some real Inception crap right there. It's like, yeah, it can whatever it wants to do. No big deal. Oh, respawning enemies. I probably missed something in that area by going up that platform like that, but... Oh no! Mallet, you had everything to live for, buddy! And then... Yeah, this is actually going to take us right back down to where we were, I think. So really we didn't miss anything. It's just kind of a goofy... No, it is a completely different area. Well, technically not, but I didn't miss anything by the looks of it. You got to be careful on this bridge. All kinds of crumbly blocks. All kinds of crumbly, bumbly blocks. And you really don't want to piss off Texas by crumbling their blocks. That didn't make any sense, I apologize. And now we can't get up to all those delicious carrots. Remember what I said about not caring about getting up to stuff? Well, don't worry, I'll still do it. I'll still do it, because I'm a goof, and I will find a way. And then I'm a real goof and fall off. So what do? I give up, of course, right? No, I don't, because I'm not sure there's a better way across, so... That was smart. Hey, there's the clock exploding. Let's jump on it. However, how I got up last time's not going to work, because I can't get near enough to the ledge, and that guy falls right through a pit. So, I'm going to have to backtrack all the way to the left and try to make this work. And it's like, but wait, I can't make this work, can I? Oh god, and I did make the jump there. I didn't think it was possible, that it almost screwed me up. This is what happens when you get way too focused on collecting stuff that you literally do not need. It's literally something I do not need. I am at maximum lives. I do not need to play an extra Willy the Weasel game. You know what I mean? Not the smartest use of my time, but hey, you guys have always been there for me no matter how much stupid time I've wasted, and I've always appreciated that. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything in hand, but, you know. We got a heart over there, which is probably worth collecting. This time, of course, grabbing the tree and not free-falling for fun, because that would be goofy. And I don't want to be goofy. I want to be sports goofy, perhaps, because he's number one. Oh, sports goofy. Good times. Alright, we get Foghorn, Leghorn, and the Chicken Hawk. Now, you'll notice that I'm pounding Foghorn in the head. It's not doing anything. He's simply there to use as a step to hit this guy and kill the Chicken Hawk. And as soon as the Chicken Hawk falls off screen, bye Foghorn. Yeah, not exactly the most brilliant level design right there for a boss. Like, for that stage of the game, that's kind of a goofy place to put that one. But who am I to complain? So now what I gotta do is Willy the Weasel it up, and this is the last Willy the Weasel game because you don't get one in stage 6. You're gonna have to just hold your horses and be all like, oh man, I don't want to hold my horses for this because Willy the Weasel's too much fun, and wow, I'm doing really terrible here. Not a good run there. Not that it matters, mind you, but still, not a good run. Let's see if I can do a little better this time. But I gotta admit, probably being at 99 meant I wasn't focused quite as much as I was for those couple where I was getting 29. Damn, when you get a good roll going, when you start smacking them like this, though, you can really run that score up. I'm sure the TAS of this must be spectacular. Anyway, see you guys next time.